Righto, first off, I just want to apologize for how my voice sounds. I'm feeling a little sick at the moment, but you know what else is sick? Having a hot set of wheels. Just like the show in today's video, Pimp My Ride, which is brought to us from the golden age of MTV. You know, back when MTV was in its absolute peak, and we had shows like MTV Cribs, Jackass, Punk'd, and the gem that was Celebrity Deathmatch. You know, the show that pitted Michael Jordan against Dennis Rodman in a wedding dress, mind you, to a fight to the death. Fuck, TV used to be excellent. You know the time period when we were watching a network called Music Television and there was barely a sliver of music on it? Amongst all these was a powerhouse program called Pimp My Ride, a car show that wasn't fucking boring. It's a show about taking cars that are in piss poor condition and modifying and tricking them out so hard to the point of where they're probably gonna get stolen within 2 months. Nowadays though, if you want to see Exhibit Bully the Misfortunate, which I do.
How many girls you got to actually come party back here?
None.
You gotta go through the woeful process of not only subbing to Amazon Prime, but then on top of that, sub to Paramount Plus.
So because I left this video for so long, I now have to pay for another month of Amazon Prime and Paramount Plus, and it's just shoot me.
So I decided it'd be a fun idea to let Jeff Bezos rip me the fuck off so we could reminisce on the insanity of Pimp My Ride. Together.
So you wanna be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
So yeah, if you've never seen Pimp My Ride, first off, that's fucking sucks for you, my cousin. Secondly, here's the 411. They find people with the biggest shit heaps of cars. I'm talking ones that are filled with like rat shit, have horns that activate the wipers, or cars that are just fucking 4 wheels and an engine. It's the vintage Jeep Gladiator. And the hot stud muffin, X to the Z Exhibit, who is the host, will show up at their door and surprise them that their animal sanctuary on wheels will now become the hottest automobile on the street. And this part always makes me giggle. The contestants are always like, oh fuck yeah, Exhibit, he's gonna do such an amazing job. He's gonna like make my car the best thing in the world.
If anyone can do it, I know X can do it.
Thanks, Exhibit! You the greatest, man!
I trust Exhibit. I know he knows what to do to this car.
When in reality, Exhibit doesn't really do anything. It just sort of brings the car and brings the people to the mechanics. It's almost like he's a receptionist. And then the Motley Crew, not the band, just a weird group of individuals who work at West Coast Custom and then in the later seasons Gas, add the most bananas modifications, such as high-powered speakers, monitors, PS2s, fireplace, fucking fondue sets. And obviously me watching this in my youth, I'm sitting there thinking, fuck, I want a car with a PS2 and a fucking TV. Which is the exact response you would expect from a 9-year-old with no basic concept of how cars functioned, and for some reason had access to MTV. But that's the thing, home dogs. I haven't watched this show since I was like 9 or 10 years old. And now looking back on it with a fresh set of mature eyeballs, it's pretty apparent that this quality piece of programming is batshit crazy. One part that always gives me the chuckles is when they're coming up for the thematic ideas for the car, and they're trying to intertwine the personality of the contestant into the car as much as possible. But what they'll do is they'll take the most minute piece of information and base the entire car around it. Like, there was this girl named Niles Crane, and they did what any decent like-minded mechanic would do, and fuck off her back middle seat and put the Nile River in it.
Nile, like the river, man.
Like the river.
Or this one dude who lived in a small town and said he once saw aliens.
People always want to know if you've seen a UFO. Yeah, I've seen 1 or 2.
So they turned his whole car into a spaceship, essentially.
I'm gonna stitch in alien designs with lights in them.
This is a silver. I'm gonna use in a Malibu to give it that UFO look.
Well, this one poor fucker that Exhibit found a bit of pottery in his car. He'd done pottery with his girlfriend once. Only once, probably had zero interest in doing it again. Bam, there's a pottery machine in your car, mate. Enjoy.
That is really cool. That is.
Hey, X.
That's really...
Get some clay, man.
When they implement all this tech, this is when shit gets really wacky. Big part of that is all thanks to the maniacal bastard known as Mad Mike.
Check it out! I'm Mad Mike!
Mad Microphone has one answer to every question. Monitors. Monitors in the seats, monitors in the roofs, monitors in my ass, monitors everywhere. If you say, Mad Mike, my marriage is failing, what do? He'll probably say, go marry a monitor. They even went as far one time as to actually take out the headlights and put monitors... Oh my god, I snorted. Oh, I'm sorry. Put monitors in the headlights and take out the They put monitors. Monitors and potential driving distractions aside, West Coast Customs and Gas add a bunch of other modifications that just straight up don't belong in a car. Like you got to think of the trade-ups you get when you put some of these items in a vehicle. Like, do I want boot space or do I want a karaoke machine in there? Do I want to be able to store items in the back of my car, or do I want to belt out a verse of Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie when I'm on the go? The answer is the latter. I love Fergie. And I always get a kick of when they're like showing off. I always get a kick when they're showing off the final product, and they're always like, oh, look at this. We got like this illuminating paint job. We got crocodile skin lounges and a fucking jacuzzi in the back. And then they get to the tires and it's like, whoa, we hooked you up with these 18-inch rims. And the contestants are like, okay.
And we put the Pirelli P0 tires on there.
The Pirelli, so that's a good thing.
The thing that's always made my cranium curious when watching this show is the aftermath of the episodes. Like, what is the longevity of owning a car with the juice bar in the back? That's not factoring in that owning an automobile with a popcorn machine, 60 monitors, and half of Italy stuffed inside it is probably going to end up in cinder blocks within 2 months. But how do you care for a car with this many customizations and modifications? Then you pull up to the mechanic and say, oh yeah, the dryer's broken, the hot tub's not working. They're gonna tell you to fuck off. Honestly, a part of me thinks that if I was on this show, I would honestly just prefer like a car that functions and just runs properly. But that's not good television, is it? It's like doing a home improvement makeover show, but you just build them a new house, or Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, but you just get a whole new dude instead. This is also definitely coming across as me shitting on this show. That's definitely not the case. I actually love Pimp My Ride. I watched 20 episodes in anticipation for this video, and I'm probably gonna go and watch 20 more, honestly. The PS2 adaptation, that's a different story. But at face value, this show is just easy, lighthearted fun. But when you dig a little deeper, it just makes as much sense as Dennis Rodman again in a wedding dress. But who knows, I'm actually just guessing most of this. It could all be fake. Exhibit could have actually done all the work. The cars might not even have engines in them, who knows? I don't. You've officially been pimped.
So you wanna be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.